Hi, everyone. Welcome to another week of Check It Out, where I recommend titles for you to learn from, connect with, and explore. This week's title is Displacement by Kiku Hughes. This is a historical fiction, own voices graphic novel. Kiku Hughes is a half Japanese teenager growing up in present day Oregon. During a trip to San Francisco with her mother, Kiku disappears in a mist, only to reappear in the 1940s at a concert featuring her grandmother Ernestina as a young girl. This happens twice more, finally trapping Kiku in the 1940s on her way to an incarceration camp called Torfarin. Her only connection is that each time she travels back to the past, she is grouped with her grandmother. Unfortunately, though, Kiku has a hard time working up the courage to talk to her. She tries to draw on the knowledge she has about her, but keeps coming up short. During her time in Torfarin, as well as in Topaz, Utah, Kiku experiences the struggles of those who are being held with her. The conditions are awful, the food is barely edible, and the armed guards are getting more aggressive every day. Kiku begins to feel depressed, knowing that she may not ever get back to her own timeline. It's even more disheartening that she feels like she doesn't know what's coming next, even with the knowledge from the future. Luckily, Kiku meets some wonderful characters who band together and illustrate resistance in different ways, helping her keep a feeling of hope. This is an important work because it illustrates a part of history that I certainly didn't have a lot of knowledge about. Kiku uses family history and research to learn more about what happened to the people that experienced this firsthand during a very dark time in American history. Japanese Americans were rounded up and made to live in these terrible conditions, and after all of that, they still weren't trusted by the government or by Americans in general. Kiku's story and her grandmother Ernestina's story illustrate the cyclical nature of prejudice and how not understanding our history can doom us to repeat it. Themes in this book are facing racism and time travel. I have two read-alikes to suggest. They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. It's another graphic novel. And The War Outside by Monica Hess, which is an chapter book. So with that, I hope you found something to book up your week. Thanks, everyone.